riding the leading star, our wonder river, above the whole silver, like a diamond in the sky.
Our country's future lies in the hands of these children. They are our promised demographic dividend. Yet, even as our country progresses, 48% of our children are still stunted. Stunting means that children are vulnerable to poor learning abilities, low IQ, and lowered physical productivity as adults. The country has been implementing ICDS for almost 38 years now, yet malnutrition remains high. What has been going wrong? Malnutrition is not caused only by poverty or hunger, and it cannot be addressed merely through a feeding program. It is a complex problem caused by many social factors such as early and frequent pregnancies, superstitions and myths about food and child-caring practices, alcoholism, poor dietary habits, and neglect of infants. NFHS figures showed that in Maharashtra, 39% children were malnourished in 2006. There were recurrent cases of child deaths. The government faced a battery of PILs and criticism from the opposition and the media, even as it struggled with the solution. Meanwhile, Mr. Ramani, who had worked as Divisional Commissioner in Aurangabad, a backward and dry region of Marathwada, had initiated concerted efforts to reduce malnutrition in his division. Merely by focusing on basics such as improving coverage of children in ICDS and regular weighing and grading of all children in Anganwadis, he could demonstrate a marked reduction in malnutrition within 3 years. All this was achieved through the existing ICDS machinery without any extra budgets. Ramani proposed setting up of a mission which would upscale this Marathwada initiative throughout the state. The Chief Minister, Mr. Vilasrao Deshmukh, agreed. He suggested that the mission be funded by UNICEF to ensure greater autonomy and flexibility. In 2005, the Rajmata Jijao Mother-Child Health and Nutrition Mission was set up through a government order of the Women and Child Department.
The prevailing concern was that the existing ICDS machinery would not be able to address malnutrition, given its various constraints. For example, the structure of the ICDS is rigid. Its focus is more on supplementary foods. Top officials don't have time. There aren't enough budgets for training. The nutrition mission was expected to fill in these gaps. The difference was that the department spends on food, while the nutrition mission spends on training.
By 2012, Maharashtra saw a dramatic improvement, a 16% reduction in stunting, 4.5% drop in wasting, and 8% drop in underweight among children. This achievement may be attributed to a combination of several developmental factors. Yet, the biggest factor was the large-scale capacity building exercise undertaken by the mission.
The mission tried to redefine the role of the Anganwadi. It's not just a feeding center, it's a growth monitoring center. It's where parents get to know whether their child is growing well or not.
The nutrition mission had political support, and fortunately, the officers posted to the first mission enjoyed a stable 5-year tenure. The officers worked dedicatedly and in true mission mode, traveling extensively and guiding ICDS workers using community growth charts, grading Anganwadis and ranking districts, giving constant feedback to the government.
Not that the regular ICDS machinery could not have done all this too. Given the right leadership, vision, motivation, any state can achieve the same through the departmental machine. But the hard reality is that departmental officers are just too busy doing the routine things, filing reports, monitoring expenditure, facing the courts, and various committees. They don't have the time to address the really important issues. How are the children being cared for at home? Are mothers aware about proper child feeding practices? The ICDS scheme itself, by its very design, focuses on the 3 to 6 year age group, not on the formative years of 0 to 3. So it makes sense to have an independent body to address these issues directly.
What is the structure of the Maharashtra Mission? It is not registered as a society or NGO, nor is it a public sector undertaking or a corporation. It is simply a body set up through a government order. It works under the State Department of Women and Child Development.
Mission head can be posted under the Secretary of the Department of Women and Child Development. She would then provide technical support to the department for capacity building, which is a big gap under ICDS.
The mission is fully funded by UNICEF, which pays for its staff salaries and other expenses. Its funds are operated through a simple bank account.
You don't need large budgets to run a mission. Besides salaries, most of this goes into training and field meetings.
The mission does not have an independent or parallel setup at the district level. It employs a small team of about 8 officers and staff members who work through the existing ICDS and health functionaries.
This was a conscious decision to avoid overlapping roles with the department. It would not be advisable for a nutrition mission to get into implementation mode. Even if it gets a separate budget from the state government for some schemes, like say meals for pregnant women, the implementation would have to be done through the existing machinery. Then why not let the department handle the scheme and the budget too? This would give the mission freedom to concentrate on the gaps, providing technical assistance, raising awareness, building capacity.
The mission's team of officers fortunately held stable tenures, enabling continuous institutional learning. It highlighted what is now well known, the importance of the first 1000 days, that is, the 9 months of pregnancy and the first 2 years after birth. What is the role of the mission? It undertakes capacity building of health and ICDS functionaries. This covers both prevention and treatment, how to identify and treat malnourished children, proper child caring and breastfeeding practices, and most of all, providing encouragement, guidance and motivation to workers.
Motivation is the key. One doesn't need to give monetary incentives. We do it by guiding them, recognizing their efforts, by documenting their best practices. We encourage them to advise mothers. We build up their counseling skills, confidence. We give them the tools to help them prevent malnutrition at home.
The mission acts as a think tank and gives policy advice to the government. It constantly advocates for better schemes such as creches and community meals for pregnant women. It believes that there are enough funds available under different departments and schemes, but they need to be used well. The mission develops training modules, innovative communication strategies, and content for behavior change.
आपण माता बैठक वेळोवेळी घेतो आणि मातांशी संवाद हा एक फार महत्त्वाचा आपला काम आहे.
It has recently created a model of organizing mothers group meetings using participatory and interactive methods such as role plays, games, and nutrition demonstrations.
सब जो माताएं उन लोगों को पता होना चाहिए कि बच्चों को क्या खिलाना चाहिए और कैसे परवरिश करना चाहिए बच्चों को.
The mission also conducts independent third-party surveys for validation of ICDS data. In 2013, it conducted a block-level survey throughout the state through social work college students covering 1.5 lakh children in 1,980 Anganwadis. For the last 3 years, a statewide campaign is being implemented for raising awareness and seeking community participation. This has led to many innovations and local initiatives have flourished, like organizing village child development centers, training mothers in home-based care, meals to pregnant women through community contributions, adoption of Anganwadis by business houses, donation of food grains, celebrating children's birthdays and half-yearly birthdays, developing model Anganwadis, and most important, mothers' empowerment.
आप इसका हाथ धोने का, दिन में 3 बार खिलाने का।
आंगनवाड़ी में आके मुझे खाने पीने के बारे में बताया और वजन के बारे में बताया, हर जानकारी के बारे में मुझे बताया गया है।
Many of these best practices have been documented and can be seen on the mission's website. All these efforts have borne fruit. The results of the CNSM 2012 survey conducted by IIPS are very encouraging. Other states and other nations are now beginning to look at the Maharashtra model with new eyes. Many state teams have been visiting Maharashtra to learn from its best practices. Its success has been documented in prestigious international journals such as The Lancet, and visiting teams from Harvard, IDS Sussex and other universities are developing case studies based on Maharashtra's model. Yet, there are future challenges. There remain chronic pockets of malnutrition, particularly in tribal blocks. Anemia is widespread, early and frequent pregnancies are common, and the quality and diversity of diet is poor. There is a lack of awareness about proper child feeding practices. The incidence of low birth weight is as high as 60% in some tribal pockets. The situation calls for an emergency response. For partnerships of the kind we have not forged before, for the best minds to come together and innovate, to think out of the box, to put the latest technology to use, to build capacity in frontline workers. Many large business houses and NGOs are now coming forward to work in partnership with the government. They are now using their CSR mandate for nutrition interventions.
Setting up a nutrition mission can help to bring all stakeholders together. Those states which decide not to set up a mission can still learn many lessons from this model.
हम जो काम कर रहे हैं तो उसका कुछ तो हमको खुशी मिलती है कि हम लोग सक्सेस हो रहे हैं वो काम में।
We have learned that malnutrition can be reduced, and there are enough resources if used wisely. Jai Hind!